It's you. It's me. We're on the floor.
Oh, man. So far, episode 1 is going great.
Much like everything that I do in my life, it's a complete and utter mess.
So, we finally did it, right?
The thing.
We finally started this freaking podcast.
I don't even know if is it a podcast?
It's a podcast. I can say whatever the fuck I want.
Yeah, fuck.
And if people don't like it, we can just bleep it out.
We can.
At some point.
At some point, but that is not this point.
No. We'll have someone else do the editing for us.
Okay. So.
Alright, well, I can clearly see you don't have a topic that you want to talk about, so...
No, I don't. What are we drinking today?
We are drinking, I believe...
You hear that? ASMR.
Yep. We're drinking Woodford Reserve Double Oaked Kentucky Straight Bourbon.
He's Bourbon.
Yep.
And I'm Hagen.
Yeah. Oh, shit, okay. Like we said about a couple minutes ago, we are literally recording this podcast from the floor of my apartment at the moment.
We're currently also being stared at by a foreigner and the Mona Lisa.
Yes.
Hey, bitch.
That's the foreigner.
Yeah.
She's a nice lady.
So, after basically talking about doing this podcast for... I know you've been talking about it for a while, and together together between the two of us doing it together, we've been talking about it for a couple of months, and we finally decided to put our fucking money where our mouth is with our coworkers and start recording. We're gonna try to cover a lot of different kinds of topics. I don't really want to limit our content to one thing, and we're gonna also. We're fans of a lot of podcasts ourselves, and I think what we're going to try to do is incorporate a lot of things that we like from other podcasts
and bring it all together. Nobody gets credit.
We're not trying to rip anybody off, and we don't want to come off as guys that are benefiting from the hard work of other people.
True.
But we're definitely gonna take notes from a lot of the other podcasts that we really seem to enjoy, and really just try to have fun.
The main goal of this podcast is to see how intoxicated we can get before one of us falls asleep.
Yeah.
And hopefully no one gets offended. But I
don't
guarantee
know.
that's going to happen.
I don't know. Yeah, that's going to be tough because I know the cool thing is that you and I agree on a lot of things, but there's also things that we can definitely argue about, and I think that's going to be an interesting...
dichotomy.
Yeah, we could say that. But it's going to be an interesting back and forth, I think, and kind of see where each other's heads at on certain topics that maybe we don't get a chance to talk about on a normal basis.
Taboo things that
exactly.
You can't say in the public because it makes the people frisky.
Yeah, exactly. And basically, that's a perfect segue into what I want to talk about, at least for a little bit tonight. And
wait, before we get to smacking... We gotta get to packing, baby.
That was a completely unrehearsed moment right there.
That's the beauty of two people who have the minds that were formed. Yeah, I don't know where I'm going with this.
I think what we're really trying to say is each of us has half of a mind, and
together we're a single person.
We make maybe just one, at best.
What?
J.K. Rowling confirms that Dumbledore and Grindelwald had a sexual relationship.
Exactly. Nobody asked for that. Thanks a lot, J.K. It's like all those memes. Oh, nobody ever. Oh, Dobby has a 40-inch penis. Like, why? Why does that matter? That doesn't add anything to any of the stories.
Oh, by the way, Dumbledore is gay. Okay.
We don't care.
Yeah, I mean, he talks about socks.
J.K. Rowling, if you want to be controversial, maybe you let that out. When it wasn't okay to be a gay person.
Yeah, well, hey, J.K. Rowling. Turns out Hermione has a 12-inch dong.
Nobody ever.
No one. Thanks. Yeah, and Ron, Ron's a power bottom.
Yeah, I think we're kind of getting away from the topic that we. I think we're gonna have a really fun debate about, but that is definitely an interesting news update. Thank you.
Okay, yeah, but like I said, before we get to smacking, it's time to get packing.
And so, I think we maybe forgot to mention this at the beginning, but the the point of this podcast, as redneck and dumb as it seems, we are dumb rednecks in a sense.
Of course.
Yeah. We're going to be drinking we're drinking and maybe kind of doing a little bit of our own review of different kinds of bourbon and whiskey. And I'm sure we'll expand our horizons to other beverages at some point. And then we'll also be packing fat lips as well and trying not to pass out at some point. And if you don't know what I mean by fat lip, we're going to be throwing in some tobacco in our lips. And
chew tobacco spit.
Exactly. And while I'm packing this and throwing this in, I'll kind of get this conversation started a little bit and kind of let you have the floor for a minute. But
okay, I'm preparing my ears. But before we get started, do you realize the fucking picture on your wall says BRB?
I do. And we're in Italy, and that, BRB is a very, be right back. That's not Italian.
No.
Europeans have that a lot.
Yeah. Also, fun fact, we are 2 Americans and 1 English woman currently residing in northern Italy. Don't be jealous. We're not rich in any way, shape, or form.
You could actually say we're really poor.
We just, in our line of work, we're very lucky to get an opportunity to come here. Yeah.
All the places.
And that's kind of as far as we'll take it at this point.
Because that doesn't matter. What matters is what we think about things that don't matter.
Yeah. Well, I would say they don't matter.
They matter to somebody, but maybe not me.
Yeah. We're still going to cover it, though.
Oh, yeah.
I think we can have an interesting conversation.
Oh, we can. I can fling shit.
Mm-hmm. Real far.
Hey, we're just smarter monkeys. And guess what? Monkeys fling shit.
So, the conversation I want to have right now, and I don't really know how to segue into this lightly and politely, so I'm not going to try.
Hey, rack the 30-30 and let her rip.
I'm sure, honestly, at this point with this subject, we may even be late to this conversation in a way, but I still want to talk about it because I think it's an important conversation to have. And for a lot of people, I think they're afraid to voice their opinion on this because of their backlash, but I really could care less, to be honest with you, because I'm not going to change my opinion on it because it's important to me.
All right.
And I've noticed as well as you have this growing trend of people, and I'm still trying to struggle with the way to deliver this without sounding like an asshole, and I might have to just go kind of a roundabout way of explaining this. But
all right, you got me worried now.
This emerging, or it's really already emerged, trend of overweight, and it's not even really overweight because you're it's really obese people.
Okay, define obese.
Medically obese, whatever the definition of fucking medically obese is. All right,
So we're saying a point to where you're so fat that it is adversely affecting your health.
Exactly. Yes.
At an accelerated rate.
Yes. Exactly.
That's what we'll define obese as. Now don't fucking quote me, you goddamn fuckers.
Anyway, of obese people justifying their physical health by saying that mentally they are happy with the way they are, and that's fine. I am 100% on board with body positivity and being confident in your body, loving yourself, and things like that. But I cannot stand it when people like that are trying to convince me that because of that they are physically healthy. That is absolutely absurd. And you might know about this video, and some of you may have seen this, but there is a video on YouTube, and we'll try to, in the description of this podcast, we'll try to link it so that you know that we're not just pulling this out of our ass. But
we might be. You don't know.
There's a really good example of this of an obese female arguing that because she is confident with her body and she likes the way she looks
and she's active.
We're
going to put air quotes around active because I don't really know what that means.
Mm-hmm. That she is a perfectly physically healthy person. And I don't care if you're 300 pounds or 400 pounds of fat or 400 and 300 pounds of muscle. That being that heavy is physiologically not healthy for
There's
you.
a difference between the guy who plays the mountain in Game of Thrones who
Exactly.
weighs 300 pounds.
Exactly.
And a difference between
A 5'4" white bitch. That's
there
350
it is.
pounds.
Yeah, those are not the same things. He can lift your car, and she can struggle to touch her toes.
Right. Exactly.
But they're both healthy, you know, according to her.
According to her. And I think, and I do genuinely, I understand the body positivity thing.
So,
I understand that. I understand loving yourself.
Yeah.
I'm not the most fit person in the world.
Neither am I. Let me tell you what.
I'm fucking sitting here rubbing my belly.
Man, he is. Let me tell you.
Okay, now they're gonna think I'm a fat piece of shit.
No. So,
I am overweight.
according to modern science,
I am technically like 10 pounds overweight.
and if he's overweight, I'm for sure as hell overweight.
But we go to the gym.
At least 6 days a week. Well,
I'd say 5. I'd say 5 days a week.
5 for sure, sometimes 6.
Every day before work, we're at the gym. We're not like fucking slaying it, but we're getting at least a 45 minute hardcore workout 5 days a week.
And that, I don't know the statistic. I don't know off the top of my head.
Well,
Maybe.
that's the beautiful thing, there, Hagen, about our smartphones is we can actually in real time we can look this up so that we don't make ourselves look like assholes.
Yeah,
so
that's true. But
if you give me a minute.
Okay, so while you're doing that, I'm gonna preface what I'm saying, and feel free to chime in at any time.
Absolutely.
So the whole body positivity thing. I understand that regardless of your health, your physical appearance, it is important to be happy as who you are.
Exactly.
Because
yes.
you're always going to be who you are. You can change from the time you're 15 to 18, from 18 to 29 to 45 to 60 to whatever. But you're always going to be that same person that you were born as.
Exactly. Yes. And mental health is a very, very important part of your overall well-being.
Yes.
And your overall health. And we're not denying
I'm not
that
saying,
at all.
here's my thing. If you're listening to this and you think you're overweight, or you know you're overweight, or you're medically been determined as obese, that doesn't make you a shitty person.
No, not at all.
Everything. There was one point in my life where I was, we'll say, obese for a teenager. I was 265 pounds as a senior in high school, which by no means, I mean, yeah, I'm 6'3", but that's not a healthy weight.
No.
And I'm just gonna go out there and say it's at least 80% fat.
Yeah.
At least.
No, I mean
That's not scientifically correct, but you understand the picture. More fat than muscle. Here we go.
Okay.
My point is, just because you're happy as who you are,
Okay. Yeah.
isn't a reason to justify eating unhealthily
Okay. Yeah.
and being obese or overweight.
Okay.
Now that's your choice too.
Mm-hmm.
You can choose to be 300, 400, 500, 600 pounds. That's your choice. Sometimes.
Okay.
So, of course, there's people that have conditions that make it hard. Right?
Yeah. Exactly.
But those people that say, oh, I was born this way. I've been heavy my whole life. That's an excuse.
I think I can agree with that. To
an extent. That's an excuse to an extent.
I can 100% agree with that.
Oh God, we got a comment coming from the peanut gallery.
But what about the ones that are actually medically that it's?
That's why I said to an extent.
Okay.
For example, like some thyroid conditions.
Right.
Yeah, my mom
Like-
suffers from Graves' disease.
Yeah,
Her thyroid
so-
is inoperative.
The weight comes about because
Yes,
of that.
correct.
And I know there's some that can't be treated.
Yes.
So like I know quite a few people that go to the gym 7 days a week for like 3 hours at a time
Yep.
and cannot shift being very, very
Okay,
large.
Okay. So
So what about that?
that's a really good point, and I'm
Yeah,
glad you
it's a
said
great
that.
point.
I'm really glad that you said that because there's a difference between physically or medically. There is a difference between that person. We'll say, or person A, person B. The person A is the one you just spoke about, and person B is kind of the person that I don't want to say targeting.
Painting a picture of.
Yeah, targeting is
Yeah.
kind of an aggressive term, and I don't really want it to come out like that, but obviously it already has.
Yeah,
so.
especially fuck it.
But person A is they're like you said, they're going to, like if they're going to the gym and stuff, that's awesome. Their heart, their cardiovascular system, their respiratory system is going to be far superior to a person who lays around and does nothing. And that's kind of the point we're trying to make. Just because like I said, we're not the smartest fucking people on earth.
No.
And
but
maybe the way we're articulating is not sounding the best, but
we're being straight up here.
Exactly.
This is opinion from real people. So
we're not trying to please anybody.
Yeah, with the direction this is going, we're going to talk about person A and person B again. So person A is overweight.
Yes.
They're obese, maybe.
Could be, yeah.
Or we'll just say they are not society's idea for whatever our weight should be, right?
Okay, yeah. I like that.
That's both person A and person B.
Okay, yeah.
The difference between the two is person A, we'll say it's safe to say that person A and person B are both painfully aware of their physical state.
Okay, yeah, I like that.
The difference is person A is attempting to do something about it.
Yes, exactly.
And person B doesn't care. And they're going to come up with every excuse in the book to justify why that's okay.
Yeah.
It's about having the choice of actually acting on it and not having, deciding.
And the other thing is, if you are like person A and no matter what you do, you have a condition that doesn't allow you, don't let that discourage you. Don't let that, I know it's hard when you're going to the gym and you're not seeing results, maybe physically, or aesthetically. Aesthetically is a much better word to use in that situation. You're not aesthetically seeing the results you want, but internally, I can guarantee your mental state's going to improve. Your cognitive function's going to improve. Your
breathing, your breathing.
Yes, everyday activities are going to become easier. You're not going to get out of breath walking upstairs. You're going to see positive effects from it.
And you know what's crazy?
Yes.
You know what's awesome about going to the gym regularly? And this is a personal theory. I didn't come up with it. This is just something I believe in.
Well, you just said it's a personal theory, so you contradicted yourself. No big deal.
No big deal. Continuity. It doesn't exist.
Yeah.
So, it's something that I heard that is someone else's personal belief. Maybe multiple people. Who knows? I don't know.
Okay.
I choose to believe in it.
Okay, that's fair.
I think that as humans, we are designed to, at every single day, expend ourselves.
Yes.
Because if you go to the gym, let's say like us, we go to the gym before work, right?
Yeah.
So we go to the gym, we get after it for 45 minutes to an hour, right?
Yeah.
Nothing crazy.
No.
But, okay, we did a leg day.
Yeah.
That's fucking dope, right? Whatever. Now we're going to go to work for 8 hours, and our job isn't the most physical job on earth, right? We're not firefighters. We're not fucking cops. We're not fucking triathletes either, right?
Yeah.
But there is a physical side to our job.
Yes.
We're moving around. We got to lift things from time to time, and we're all over the place. We're moving fast. So that's another 8 hours of that. Plus, whatever we do afterwards, we may do some extracurricular sports, or if we get out of work and we're feeling good, we may go back to the gym.
Yeah.
Who knows? But the best part about that is when it rolls to 10, 11, maybe even 9, if you're 9 to 11.
Are we talking morning or afternoon?
At night,
Okay,
PM.
okay, I got you.
When it rolls around to that ungodly late hour, or maybe that early hour, depending on how much you did that day, you are so tired and physically exhausted. The moment your head hits that pillow, boop, out. And then you wake up.
Just to interrupt, that might have been the loudest finger snap I've ever done in my life, and I'm really proud of it.
You should be. But I just, there's been times in my life where I've been so exhausted.
Right.
And maybe I've only gotten 4 hours or 5 hours of sleep. But that was the best 4 or 5 hours of sleep I've ever gotten in my life.
Right.
And the only reason why is because I was exhausted.
A perfect example was earlier this week when I got absolutely shelled at work.
Oh, you're talking about when you stayed super late?
Yeah. And I took I took a 2-hour nap. Like, literally, I shed my clothes as soon as I didn't even make it to my bed. I fell asleep on the couch in my living room and slept for 2 hours. And I felt like I had slept for like a full 6 or 8 hours. That's how hard I fucking slept. 2 hours of sleep made me feel like I had slept an entire night's sleep.
And the other thing I want to preference, because we're kind of get like in the sleep topic at the moment, is sleep isn't a uniform idea, right? Person A might need 9 hours of sleep and to be able to function as a human.
Yeah.
Person B may only need 5. It's completely dependent upon that person and the science that goes into whatever the fuck they are.
I mean, I know personally for me, I know you're a little different. You usually run on a little bit less sleep very well. Personally for me, my threshold is about 6-ish, maybe 7 hours. And I'm sure a lot of you guys listening can relate to this, but too little sleep is bad in some cases, and too much sleep, since we're on this topic, too much sleep can be very detrimental to you. I know sometimes when I let myself sleep for, it's kind of embarrassing to say, but like when I sleep for like 12, 14 hours.
Oh, yeah. It happens.
You feel rough.
I feel almost as bad, if not worse, when I undersleep.
So, see, it's kind of a catch-22 for me. Mm-hmm. So, for me personally, between I would not, let me preface this, I would not have figured this out on my own. It took my fiance to figure out what hours that I function on sleeping, because I'm such a fucking whatever. Insert derogatory redneck term here. Mm-hmm. She discovered that, hey, if I sleep between 4 and 5.5 hours, I'm Gucci.
Right, exactly.
I'm so good. And the crazy thing to that is, also, that's not a perfect scale, because sometimes I need more. But if I sleep 8 hours, the odds of me waking up with a headache are almost triple.
Yeah.
And that's a made-up number, but just so you understand, if I sleep too much, it is really hard for me to work, just function. I'm really, shitty with people.
Yeah.
See, I'm the complete opposite. See, I need quite a lot of sleep. I need a good 9-10 hours sleep to function. But then my sleep is very broken.
Yeah.
I wake up nearly every hour for 6 hours, and then I fall asleep. And I'm the complete opposite.
Yeah. And I know we're really making a lot of progress with this conversation, and I don't want to get terribly far from our original topic.
Yeah.
But I know that what we're talking about right now is kind of was segued in really well, but I do want to get back a little bit to the original topic. And so in a way, I'm sorry, I don't want to cut you off, but I know I'm going to forget this if I don't say it now.
Yeah.
And what I'm about to say may sound contradictory at first to what I was saying, talking about earlier with the whole body positivity and everything. But I know as Americans, and really it's kind of a society as a whole, globally, but specifically as Americans, there's this big stigma that a lot of people are overweight and out of shape. And I think, honestly, from what I can see, just in my personal life and my personal friends and people that I follow from back home and stuff on Instagram and stuff like that, social media, is I really think that as bad as it is, a lot of these fitness influencers, you know how...
are we ready to get into the fitness industry?
Not in the way you think.
Okay.
Just let this play out for a minute.
I'm following. I'm riding along with the buggy.
Yeah. So, I know a lot of people give fitness influencers a lot of... I want to say maybe bad press is a good way to say this.
Shit?
Mm-hmm. Saying that they're, in a way, they're kind of shaming people that aren't fit. But I think in a way, they're also inspiring a lot of people to start going to the gym. Because I really do feel, and maybe it's something that comes with getting older. I mean, we're in our 20s. We're not old by any...
we look like we're old.
I was told today that I have a wise face and I look like I'm 35, but I also have crow's feet and wrinkles on my eyebrow.
Yeah.
I really think that in a way they are really influencing a lot of people to start working on their fitness, and maybe it is kind of more of like an aesthetic thing than it is actual health, but I think it is a growing trend, at least like I said in my personal life and the people that I know and stuff like that, that more and more people are starting to want to become physically fit and want to work on their fitness. And I think in the next, it's not going to be abrupt, but I think in the next 10 to 20 years, you are going to see that the world as a whole is going to start becoming more fit and less obese, and a lot of things like that are actually going to start going away because people are really concerned, even if it is because of these influencers and not being happy with themselves aesthetically. I really do think it's going to help shape our society to become more physically fit. I really do think it is a good thing.
So I will say before I get to what I was just thinking is, well, obviously we're not terribly out of shape, but
we're not in the best of shape.
Yeah,
we're not
I'll
top
say
tier athletes.
There's a difference between working out to look good and working out to feel good.
Yeah, I agree with that.
And working out to feel good, as in like working out to be able to like I call it functional workouts.
Yeah,
I'm working out to where I'm not working out to where I have 6-pack abs and I have like 43-inch biceps. I'm working out to where, you know, like for 16 hours a day, I can properly and like easily maintain my body.
Yeah.
Like to be able to like control myself.
Yes.
Physically throughout the day. Now with that being said, when we're in the gym,
yeah,
obviously I'm in a little less good. Well, I say that personally, I hold more body fat than you do, and I'm pretty self-conscious about that. I know I'm fat. We'll say, and we're in the gym, and I like to be at the gym when there's no one else at the gym, and we'll get into that later. But
yeah, because I think we're a little bit. I do enjoy an empty gym, but I think we're somewhat opposite in a way. But I definitely want you to finish your thought before we start that conversation.
So we're at the gym, and there's another person there. They're just an average person, and there's maybe 4 or 5 people at the gym, and we'll say we're among those average people at the gym. Well, there'll be that one dude. At the gym, and he's wearing a tank top, and his fucking triceps are glistening in the incandescent bulbs, baby.
Oh yeah.
And we're dudes.
Yeah.
And you look at that, and you're like, damn, that dude's fucking jacked.
Yeah. That's a good looking.
Yeah, man. You look at it, and you're like, fuck, I wish my arms looked like that.
Yeah. That is a handsome fella. That's a handsome chap.
That's what you're saying with the influencers. Like, I see that, and I'm like, fuck yeah. Or I'm watching a movie. I'm watching Batman versus Superman, and Batman's just a normal fucking dude, and he's taking off the bat suit, and I'm like, damn, he's jacked.
Yeah. That Ben Affleck fella.
Yeah, I'm like, fuck yeah, I want to look like that. I think that, and that's another subtopic for maybe another day. Like, this whole superhero fad right now is like,
that's going in the notes right now.
Why people like that is because that's what people want to look like.
That's going in the notes right now. We're going to talk about that for sure. Maybe not tonight, but we'll definitely get to it.
But definitely, personally, and I know I'm not the same as everybody else. I have a little different thought process, but that's not for now. If I could just snap my fingers and look like fucking Henry Cavill Jr.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. You know, beard fucking...
Does he have a beard?
He grows a mean beard.
Okay.
He grows a fucking dope beard.
Okay.
His fucking... You could clean the dirtiest pair of Wrangler blue jeans on them washboard abs, let me tell you. But on the flip side of that, I understand that this is something that I guess people don't get. People are like, oh, he's a movie star. He's got so many people that are paid to make sure he looks like that. Well, guess what? We're all humans. No one is a fucking superhero. That's not a thing.
No.
We're all humans. We all have the basic same abilities to a certain extent. Some people are stronger than others.
Oh, yeah.
Some people have medical conditions that prevent it.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, we're all human, right? So guess what?
I don't know why you're yelling at me right now.
I'm getting fired up.
Don't wake the neighbors.
Okay. Getting fired up, sorry. Henry Cavill Jr. has to work just as hard as anybody else to be in the shape he's in. If you look at a great fucking actor that I love, goddamn Chris Pratt.
Oh, yeah.
When he was in Parks and Rec, that motherfucker, he was a hefty boy.
Oh, yeah, he was a thick
He
bitch.
looked like a busted can of biscuits.
He was a thick female dog, if you know what I'm saying.
Hell yeah. And I don't know the whole story about it, but from what I understand is, like, he was like, wow, I look like a piece of shit.
Yeah, I've heard this too. I've heard this too.
Don't quote me on this, but if I was him...
I'm going to quote you.
Okay, fine, quote me. I don't give a shit. You know, like, obviously, if you know people look at you and they like, wow, that guy's fat, that can't feel good. I know it doesn't feel good. I've been told I've been fat before. Dude,
3-4 years ago, my own mother. This is a darker. I weighed. So for reference, I am 5'9". I'm 5'10", air quotes, but I'm fucking 5'9". I'm 5'9", okay? I'm a short motherfucker for a dude. Or I'm average, I guess, for a dude, but I feel like I'm short. I was 210 pounds.
Oh, jeez.
And it's not the
ripped Batman 210 pounds.
No, and it's not the 200 pound me that you met when we first started to know each other. I had a fucking stereotypical fucking hillbilly beer gut poking out of my fucking work t-shirt, or not poking out of my work t-shirt, but you could see her.
Distending.
You could see the baby.
Yeah, the baby.
And my own mother said, you need to go to the gym.
Shit.
I was like,
wow, that shot's fired on the home front, blue on blue.
If this woman loves me unconditionally,
she might be onto something.
She probably means it. And it did not feel good. And that's kind of, sort of, made me want to start, because I went to the gym not regularly, maybe once, twice a week, every couple of weeks, but it wasn't serious. I would go to the gym, I'd get on a machine, maybe bench it a couple sets, but it wasn't really hard working out, and that's kind of what, even though it's kind of a shitty, like, my mother's an awesome person, by the way. She's not it's not like that. She had my health in mind. She's super healthy. She runs all the fucking time. She goes to fucking boot camp every morning before work. And she really cared about my physical being.
Is it booty boot camp?
It's not booty. Oh, you sick motherfucker.
Hey, you know.
Mama.
You know.
No. I know.
Whoa, are you from Alabama?
No.
I'm your mother.
Oh, God. No. She's very active, very physically fit. And I think she just kind of wanted me to kind of be the same. And
yeah,
she cared. And it came from a place of caring that she told me that I should probably start working out. And she's right. I feel better. I look better. I'm more confident when I walk around. One of the first things I noticed is when I started going to the gym, my fucking posture.
Yeah, isn't that crazy? So here's the thing that I think about sometimes, because I also had bad posture too. So if there's the study, I don't know what it's called or who did it or when it was done, but they took people, they were the same two people, and they had them take pictures. And in one picture they were slouching and they looked very confrontational and very like aware of how they looked. And then they had that other person take the same photo, but sitting upright, shoulders back, strong core with a smile on their face. And 10 out of 10,
another great snap.
Every time, the people are like, that person looks like they got it.
Yeah.
That's the person I want to talk to, not this guy. And I think one of the problems is, like, obviously with your bigger people, you're aware when you're big.
Oh yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
You know. I mean, we've all been through some form of social scenarios, whether we were in school or in college or at work or just out and about in public.
It's everybody.
Yeah, and you know.
Even the fucking hot chick in high school, there's something that she's
Insecure about.
And that's just human nature.
And one of the things that, like, about the whole, I'm going to say it, fat acceptance that we're getting at is...
That's really what it is.
It is. One of the things that, this is where I'm going to play the devil's advocate.
Okay. Advocate, but I...
Yeah.
That's that Louisiana education
it's
coming
slipping.
out.
That's a Freudian slip.
I don't know if you're using that right.
I don't think I am. Hey, it's a cat, so it's neither dead or alive.
Completely.
That's Schrodinger, but okay.
So, fuck. Okay, yeah.
Hashtag episode 1.
Yeah, hashtag not rehearsed.
Yeah, we literally...
we had food, and we came down, we sat on the floor, and we decided to talk to people that we don't know, which is actually no one at this point.
Yeah, it's just...
Unless there's someone watching us through the camera.
Yeah.
Hashtag NSA, hashtag Snowden.
Yeah, we out here.
Hashtag don't bust through my doors right now.
Hashtag don't swap me, bro.
Yeah.
Anywho, one of the things the thing I'm about to say that kind of is contradictory.
This is gonna be juicy.
About the whole fat acceptance thing, and it's the one thing about it that I agree with.
Okay.
Is some of these people that are quote unquote fat positive or body positive. One of the coolest things about it is they're fat or obese. they know they're big, and they rock that shit.
Hell yeah.
They come into the room and say, hey, guess what? I weigh 300 pounds, and it's a little bit challenging to see my toes, but guess what? That's not going to slow me down.
Fuck yeah.
That's fucking dope.
Let's go.
Yeah, so the people that are big and they know they're big and they're fucking like, yo, like the chick that, I can't think of her name, but she's all over YouTube videos for fat acceptance. She's a dancer.
Okay.
And she's a pretty big chick. Like, when I'm saying pretty big, she's not 180 pounds.
I'm going to Google fat dancer right now, so... Nope, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to put her name on here. Fuck it. Who cares?
Anyways, she's pretty big.
Yeah. Okay.
She may be tall, whatever, who cares? She's pretty big. But she gets out there and she fucking moves her body and fucking dances. That's fucking awesome, right? I love that.
Good for you.
Yeah, good for you. You're out there, you're fucking doing some shit. You're not sitting on your fat ass not doing anything. But anytime she gets asked, are you like trying to lose weight? Are you doing this because you want to be healthy? She's like, no, I am healthy. I'm perfectly healthy at 350 pounds or 400 pounds or whatever she weighs. Which, everything that I know about anything medical, physical, with the body tells me that that's just not true. You can't tell me that a person that is 450 pounds can run a mile and a half at the same time I can. That's just it's not feasible. Now,
there's always an exception.
There's always an exception. I promise you, there's some fat motherfucker out there who is...
Get the fuck out of my head, because I was just about to say that.
Shut the fuck up. There's some fat motherfucker out there who's a goddamn freak of nature and can run a fucking 11-minute mile and a half without a problem.
At 300 pounds.
Yeah.
Or more.
Is that likely? No.
Are you going to see it every day? No.
Is stranger things have happened?
Hell yeah. Moon landing.
Get out of my fucking head. I was going to say the moon landing. But I think what we're really getting to here, the main question is, and this is for you, because we can't answer this question for you. This is for you to determine for yourself, right?
I'm just gonna top this off real quick.
Raj, the thing we're getting at is you personally have to decide, do you think person A, who is 5'9",
Oh, hey, no, let's not take shots.
5'9", 5'10". Who? Average height person.
Okay, there we go.
Person A is average height. Person B is average height. Person B weighs 380 pounds.
Woo!
Person A.
That's a whole lot of human.
Person A weighs 175 pounds. And the question you have to ask yourself is person A healthier than person B? Based on that alone.
If you ask me, yeah.
I would say yeah, too.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think there's any more we can really beat that with. I mean, you can only beat a dead horse so many times.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree with that.
And then you're just a serial killer if you keep going.
Yeah, but it's a horse serial killer, so it's not as serious.
It's...
Or depending on who you talk to, it's more serious. I don't know.
I mean, I know a chick. She wouldn't be too happy about that.
Oh, yeah. So I think this is a good stopping point for this conversation. I think we've covered... a lot of what we wanted to cover with this conversation. And we're going to move on to another part of this show that I am also really excited about.
I don't know how you're going to be receiving this podcast yet because we haven't figured that out yet because we're lazy pieces of shit. But
and just for the listeners, I think we haven't really talked about it a whole lot, but I think we do want to try to either create some kind of Instagram or
YouTube
or maybe even a YouTube account or Twitter or all three maybe.
Yeah.
To put content out, and once we get our handles for all of that, we'll put it in our descriptions of our videos and plug it throughout our videos so that we can get feedback from you, because that's really what's gonna make us better is getting feedback from you guys.
Yeah, and that's what I'm really getting at. So with that conversation coming to a close, whenever you receive this, however you receive this, let us know. What do you think?
Yeah, we love it.
Do you think person A is fit? Do you think person B is fit? Do you think person B is just as healthy as person A?
Yeah, and who knows? Like, with that, we'd love to have get guests on the show.
Hell yeah.
We don't care who it is.
If you're fucking Joe Smo from goddamn shitface Alabama,
we want to talk to you.
Give us a goddamn Skype interview. I'll argue with anybody.
Yeah,
I'm good at it.
Yeah, that's really what we want to be as interactive as possible with our viewers and other people, and kind of. It's going to be boring, if it's just the three of us or maybe someone else who comes over and talks with us. We definitely want to get a lot of other people's opinions from a lot of places. So definitely, if you're interested in having a conversation with us about anything that you heard on our podcast, we'd love to revisit it with you guys.
It also doesn't matter where you're from. If you're from Europe, if you're from fucking Australia, I don't even know where that falls under because it's kind of its own thing. America,
it's
Mexico.
Pacific.
Did you say that's specific?
Specifically Pacific.
Interesting. I was going for more of an Atlantic vibe, but okay.
I'm keeping out of this.
Yeah, as long as...
Well, that's because you kicked your ass out of our country.
That's a whole nother video.
A whole new can of worms.
We're having our own issues right now.
Anyways.
Hashtag Brexit.
Yeah. If you can speak English, email us a voice message or something. But if you can't speak English, hey, type us out a message, throw it in a translator, send it to us. We'll try to interpret it as best as we can. We're not real educated here. No. So we'll take it and we'll get back to you as best as we can. Because we want to hear from the people.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, with that being said, I think Bourbon has an interesting...
News topic.
It's
a pretty good one. It's being reported from Sky News. It's pretty current. It is currently March 15th, 2019. This was reported on Sunday, March 10th. Coming from, I believe, the UK. I'm not sure.
Actually, it's March 16th.
Sorry.
You are welcome.
So, let's see where this is. I'm sorry. It's from South Africa. Close cousin to the Brits.
Sith F? Is that where all the Sith Lords go?
Damn straight.
Oh, well, that makes sense. It's kind of desolate down there.
So, I'll read you the headline.
Alright, hit me.
Man.
Oh, God.
Is caught by a whale.
What the fuck?
Yeah, straight up Pinocchio on this bitch. That's Pinocchio, right? They get swallowed by the whale?
Or is that Jonah? Jonah? Well, I think they both get swallowed by a whale.
Pinocchio's the one with the nose when he lies. He doesn't,
Well,
there's
yeah,
no whales.
thank you, Captain Obvious.
Yeah, we got that far.
Don't they get swallowed by a whale at some
I
point?
graduated from 3rd grade now.
I only ever saw Pinocchio in Italian, so I may be a bit confused.
He does get swallowed by a whale, that's factual.
Okay. Man caught by a whale and lives to tell the tale.
To tell about the whale's tail?
Yes. Like I said, being reported from Sky News, South African Rainer Schimpf, I hope I'm saying that right,
You're not.
was filming
As you do. It's 2019, you know.
a sardine run. Sardines is a type of fish that penguins and seals and dolphins and shit.
They eat that shit.
They gather into bait balls and chase it and eat off of it. And I guess he was trying to take some footage of this happening. And while snorkeling on the surface, a bird's whale, I've actually never heard of this kind of whale, emerged with its open jaws engulfing him head first. This is a direct quote from Mr. Schimpf, I believe. I really hope I'm saying that right. Mr. Schimpf. We'll call him Mr. S.
Mr. S?
We'll call him Mr. Yeah, Mr. S.
Mr. S, okay. Mr. S, is it true you were swallowed by a whale?
Yeah, mate. Anyway, this is a direct quote from him. Once you're grabbed by something that's 15 tons heavy and very fast in the water, you realize you're actually only that small in the middle of the ocean. Fact.
Fat?
Fact. We're not talking about fat people anymore.
So, quickly something about whales. Did you ever hear about the story about when is it a blue whale, the really, really big whale?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a big
got
one.
stuck in the Thames in London, in the Thames estuary between the dam things to control the Thames, and he got stuck in the middle, and they couldn't get it out, and no one knows how it got in there.
That's fucking insane.
Yeah, carry on, sorry.
So, the interesting part about this, because I'm a pretty avid scuba diver.
I don't like seaweed.
And so it's interesting that he says this. So according to him, he was busy concentrating on the sharks, and I know this is kind of a different scenario where they're potentially feeding and agitated and kind of pissed off. But when you're learning to scuba dive, you're really told to not really worry about sharks because, for the most part, especially if you're not surfing and on the surface of I mean, in this case, he is on the surface of the water, but as long as you're not presenting yourself as
their prey,
as prey, they're really gonna leave you alone because they don't know what the fuck you are.
God dang, you look like a fucking four-legged alien.
As much as sharks are extreme apex predators, they're not gonna fuck with something that they don't know.
Yeah, I hear that sharks don't fuck with things that have dicks.
Well, that's not entirely true. So
I mean, it's true for me.
So he says he was busy concentrating on the sharks, which is from the get-go not necessarily what you need to do. I understand.
From the Geico?
Gecko.
What?
From the get-go.
Oh, from the get.
Yeah, you're a little slow to the party. It's all right.
Anyway, personally, I would be more worried about the fucking 30-foot whale, or probably bigger. Fucking massive animal with a mouth that could swallow you whole.
Okay, imagine this. Theoretically, you're walking down the street and you're looking at, in a non-weird way, you're looking at a bunch of kids crossing the street.
Okay, I'm gonna entertain this.
In a not weird way. In a not weird way.
Okay.
You're an elderly man.
You're not making it. You're not making this any better. Herbert the pervert over here.
Oh man. You're out on the street.
Okay.
You're walking to work and you notice a group of kids crossing the street. Right? Normal day, whatever. And then a school bus comes along and fucking eats you.
Yeah, pretty accurate.
That's basically what we're looking at here. This man was eaten by a school bus.
You should have been looking at the cars.
My favorite part about this particular quote. So we're very focused on the sharks and their behavior. Then suddenly it got dark.
Usually when that happens, it means I drank too much.
So, he estimated the whale was up to 15 meters long.
I don't know what meters are.
I don't speak foreigner. So,
Laura, how long is 15 meters?
I'm not even, long.
Sounds like a big old bus.
Far enough.
I think we're doing a Google check real quick. We're about to learn how long 15 meters is.
It's like half of a swimming pool.
It's like
50 feet, dude.
Holy fuck!
You're telling me you're looking at the...
That's half a football field. That's more than half a football field.
Are you retarded?
Yeah.
50 yards is half a football field, you fuck.
The number is the same. The measurement is different.
That's all that counts.
This is why you do not have a degree and I do.
Shut the fuck up.
That's going to get edited out. So, 50 feet, dude. You're telling me you're paying... Dude, the sharks they're probably looking at are... Oh, well, I guess I have great whites down there.
Did you say her?
Anyway, you're telling me you're more worried about granted,
a 6 foot shark.
Granted, you know, I think they do have great whites in South Africa. Almost 100% they do off the
horn.
Well, I think all of like Africa. I think they have great whites.
Yeah, for sure.
I think a great white is probably average like 25 feet, something like that. And
That's half a whale.
Yeah, you're concentrating on that, not the fucking 50-foot whale that weighs 20 tons.
You mean to tell me you're out there, you got a snorkel in, you're at the surface, right?
Mm-hmm.
And all of a sudden it got dark.
Yeah, and you're
What
worried
does
about...
that mean?
To the surface.
How's a well above you if you're on the surface?
Unless
I think that's
slightly lower, but that still classes as like a surface layer per se. So you're slightly under.
Hey, you know what else has layers?
An onion.
Ogres.
the best. Another one. There was no time for fear at that moment, just pure instinct. What the fuck? Did I miss the class on being a human where instinct for a whale being over you? They teach you that. What the fuck does that mean?
Let me tell you, if I'm walking down the street and I look up and there's a fucking school bus above me, I'm running.
Yeah, well, swimming in this case.
You can't swim on dry land.
I think I'll feel a bit more safe if there was a school bus.
No! Oh, in the
water.
water, yeah, because it's going to sink.
Yeah. So just get out of the way. As you were talking about school buses and he was talking about swimming. Unless it's an aquatic school bus.
Aquatic?
Aquatic.
Aquatic? For those American listeners.
So this guy is a fucking hardcore diver. 20 years as a dive tour operator.
And he didn't know what a whale was.
And he's still... I mean, granted, whales are fucking mostly gentle giants, but me personally, I'd be more worried about a fucking monster whale than a couple of sharks, even in a frenzy. Because you know what those sharks are targeting? That fucking bait ball, not me. Hopefully.
Well, there's a bigger question at hand here.
Okay.
He got swallowed by a whale, right?
Okay.
It means he was inside a whale, right?
I don't know if he was swallowed per se, but he was in that motherfucker's mouth.
He was inside a whale. Wrong or right?
Yes.
He was inside a whale. How the fuck did he get out?
So I'm thinking
I think just let him go.
either that or maybe say he was swallowed. So he got into the digestive tract of the whale. Right.
Alright.
Or the stomach. What if the whale vomited him up?
Do whales have stomachs?
I would assume so.
Are they mammals?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it could vomit it back up, or it was still in its mouth and maybe...
Can you vomit underwater?
Oh yeah. Scuba divers do it all the time.
I'm sure fish could, because they're kind of bred for that. But, yeah, maybe...
Fish are bred for vomiting underwater?
No, but, that's their surroundings, so they probably could.
Yeah, Raj.
Either that, or somehow he managed not to be digested and was shit out.
I'm gonna vote that didn't happen.
I'm gonna vote that didn't happen.
I think it just grabbed him and spit him out. I think that's kind of what it's saying here. Still though, motherfucker got halfway engulfed by a whale.
Would he have come out covered in whale saliva?
I don't know. Can you tell
Like,
when you're...
like donkey.
Can you tell when you're... It doesn't really say.
like sticky.
Alright, people of the interwebs.
Tell us
The
what
whales have saliva. Can you have saliva underwater?
Whales? No.
Yeah, we don't. We're not that smart.
I'm not a zoolomentologist.
Zulu mentologist?
I think we're saying that right.
Yeah, I think so. I just hit the mic with my thumb.
That's all right. So, in another interesting,
It's a zoologist.
another interesting story also being reported from Sky News. I believe this one was in the UK. Stand by for me to be wrong again.
You said that last time, and then it ended up being about Wales.
That's why I said stand by. However, this one we actually talked about a little bit today at work, or maybe it was yesterday. Now, but
about the man who dipped his taint in Taco Bell.
that's not right.
It happened.
This is man finds his 2-year-long blocked nose was caused, get this, by a fucking tooth growing in his nostril.
Oh yeah, I remember this. So
first of all,
did he go to the doctor at any point during these 2 years?
We're gonna get to that. First of all, so for 2 years, he had been complaining of nasal congestion, discharge, and a loss of his sense of smell.
And discharge? That sounds like he's pregnant. That's what WebMD told me.
Yeah. You're telling me this motherfucker didn't pick his nose once
Oh god.
and say, "Hey, that feels like a tooth."
Let me tell you. Let me ask you this question. On average, how many times do you pick your nose a day?
Dude, I can't even count that high.
Dude,
How big was his nose? Because he could have just like picked his nose and gone around it.
This tooth looks like a full-size fucking...
Oh, we got pictures?
Oh, we got pictures.
Holy shit!
Nose tooth.
That's a pretty big tooth.
Oh my lord, it's like
What is that in reference? Is that a pen?
That's a pen.
It's like a tusk.
So, imagine this. You have the whole tip of a big pin.
Not the pointy part, like the part...
The whole metal piece.
You know in high school when you were pretending to be a mechanic, so you would undo. Well, high school is a little old for that. But you remember when you were in school when you would pull the pens apart and pretend you were a mechanic and fucking put that shit back together?
And normally lose the spring and then...
Yeah, exactly. It's the part where at the tip
It's
where
the
you
front
screw
end
off.
that screws off.
Yes, it's that big.
Imagine that is in your nose for 2 years.
Yeah.
And he didn't fucking touch that once?
No.
Or go and get it checked.
No.
Is this man from Florida?
Is he from the UK? Because that wouldn't surprise me, to be fair.
Does it say what part of the UK? If he's from Essex, sorry. Yeah. He ain't too bright.
Let's see here.
Essex is like the Alabama of the UK. Mixed with a little bit of Jersey Shore.
Truth.
Can't get a location.
I just don't even know if I could go a day without picking my nose.
I can't. I don't understand.
I just thought of a wonderful topic for another episode. We're going to do an episode on
University
whether...
Hospital.
University Hospital.
University Hospital. Aarhus? AARHUS?
We don't seem to have that.
We're going to do...
Even though it's come out in all the British newspapers.
We're going to do an episode in the future on whether or not picking your nose is actually healthy. It sounds
I
like
think it is.
I mean, sometimes, I'm driving, right? I'm zooming in my car on the way to work.
Oh, fuck me. It's not the UK. God damn it.
God damn, you're fucking...
I'm so fucking
Where is
dumb.
it?
It's goddamn
Scotland.
Denmark. Motherfucker.
Where's Denmark?
Dude, I don't fucking know. I'm American.
Oh, Denmark's... It's round by you. Like here.
Was that?
It's not Germany, it's not...
You sound like you got peanut butter on the roof of your mouth.
Oh. Let me figure out where Denmark...
It's north of Germany.
So not far.
I mean, for us, it's like 10-hour drive.
Denmark's actually a country, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Did you go to school?
Have you ever heard of a Danish? Thank you,
Yeah.
Denmark.
I thought they from Danesia.
Oh, fuck yeah, you're right.
Yeah, that sounds about right. So,
Denmark.
Oh, okay, yeah.
for the people that aren't watching, we just had the one person in the room with a college degree pull up a map.
Yeah,
Thanks.
but my degree isn't in geography.
Doesn't matter. You got one, we don't. That's the difference.
Yeah. Geography, yeah, I was never good with shapes.
That's what that is, right? Shapes, when you find out the math to subtract how many angles a turtle has.
Yeah, something like that.
Something like that.
The most I know is the capital of Luxembourg City is Luxembourg City. That's all I know.
Ain't that in Tennessee?
Couldn't tell you.
Luxembourg?
It's in Europe.
I think we're getting off topic here.
Anywho.
This dude had a fucking tooth in his nose.
For 2 years.
2 years.
That's 2 years of
Doctor said it could have
tooth.
been a lifelong condition, and he just started showing symptoms.
What does this guy's nose look like?
Dude, I don't know. I can't find a picture of that shit.
I think I had a picture. Carry on.
I just... Imagine you had a fucking...
This is what it was like coming out of his nose.
That's disgusting. Imagine having a tooth-sized booger way up in your Nostradamus. That's nose for you not educated folks.
Yeah.
For 2 years. That's like having an itch you can't scratch. I couldn't have done it.
I would have lost my mind.
I would have gone fucking Schrodinger's cat on that shit.
Okay.
I think it's right?
Fuck it, I don't know.
Yeah, anyways. You tell me, people of the interwebs, could you survive with a foot long, what am I saying? A tooth-sized booger in your nose for 2 years? I 100% could not have made it.
No.
I would have had to stick pliers up that thing and fucking rip her out.
Yeah.
Like, hey, Tooth Fairy's coming early this year.
Yeah.
That's another question. Does the Tooth Fairy give you money for nose teeth?
I don't think he discriminates on type of tooth.
What does that tooth identify as? Is that a nose tooth or is it a mouth tooth that got lost?
That's a good question.
Or is it a mouth tooth that identifies as a booger?
We asked some real questions here.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, moving right along.
Yeah.
You got any other interesting stories to tell the people of the internet? Well, let me tell you a fun little story about something that happened before we started recording tonight. So the three of us, we go out to a nice little Japanese-Chinese restaurant, right? We're just trying to get some grub in before we, get intoxicated and talk to people we don't know. And my lovely fiance asked the waitress, who is, we'll say, of Asian descent.
Accurate.
For a Coke. A Coke. C-O-K-E. Right? Coke. Coca-Cola. That thing. The word that came out of this lady's mouth. I ain't a smart man. I ain't an English scholar. I didn't go to college. What she said was not Coke. Bourbon, what'd she say?
Let's point out she said more than once in the same
This
sentence.
happened
a
few times.
She may have said, "Do you want cock?"
And that's when I was confused. I was like, wait a minute. Are we at a Japanese-Chinese restaurant? Or is we at one of them funny houses? Is this a gay bar?
Oh, God.
Hey, if that's your thing, you do your thing. But I was there for the chow mein, not the cock. I was trying to get noodles in my mouth, not some flaccicity. If you know what I'm saying.
Oh, God.
And so, backstory. Let me go back a couple minutes. We go into this restaurant. They closed at 11:30. What was it? 10?
Yes.
When we got there, it was 10 when we went in. We're the only people that don't work at this restaurant in this restaurant. Obviously, one, we don't speak Italian, we don't speak Chinese, we don't speak Japanese. We're definitely foreign, and they also speak English quite well. Well, unless you're talking about Coca-Cola.
Yeah. I think he meant Coca-Cola.
Coca-Cola? Have you ever watched that show on MTV, like back in the mid-2000s? What is it? Silent Library?
Oh, yeah.
Just imagine you and two of your best friends at a restaurant. You're the only people there, and a small Asian lady says, "You want cock?" You do not understand the amount of concentration it took to not giggle like a fucking 13-year-old boy who just discovered a nudie mag for the first time. Or your teacher just bent over and you found out, hey, Miss Betty wears thongs. Let me tell you, that's goddamn one of the funniest things that happened this week. Yes, I'll take a beer. I would like the Coca-Cola. You want cock? Did you say cock? Because I'm pretty sure I asked for Coke.
Yes.
God bless her heart.
God bless her sweet little innocent Asian heart.
Well, they're not all innocent.
I had to bring that up. That was fucking hilarious.
And then you having like a laughing like cry. Like 5
We had to put goddamn chopsticks in our mouths to bite down on them to prevent from fucking blasting the airwaves of this tiny restaurant with our fucking rude English laughter. Call us whatever you want. It fucking happened.
So I think at this point it's probably a good time to wrap up the show for this week.
Hey, and you gotta wrap up that cock, remember?
Okay, yeah. Well, in the word of a wise man, earlier today,
if you're trying to have babies, don't wear a condom.
if you're trying to have babies, if you're not trying to have babies, wear a condom. And if your girl's trying to have a baby and you're not,
check for holes.
That's our tip for the week.
And if you're listening to this, and you're one of them scrupulous persons, I'm pretty sure I fucked that word up. Like I said, if you're one of them scrupulous persons, and you're here because you want to find every inaccuracy in everything we say, you should probably also look for holes.
Yeah.
Or if you're just bored, get on the interwebs. Watch that movie that came out like mid-2000s called Holes. It's got Shia LaBeouf in it. Before he went crazy and started eating people.
Just do it.
Yep. Shia LaBeouf, the real cannibal.
Just
do it. We're not affiliated with Nike in any way. Nike did not endorse this message.
Hey, if you want to, though, hit us up.
Let me know.
I need a new pair of trainers.
Yeah?
That's tennis shoes if you're American.
Yeah, if you speak real English.
If you speak the actual English, not the bastardized version. So, with that being said, I'm Hagen.
And I'm Bourbon.
And this is your lovely friend from the land of the Queen. Her name is Jen.
Hello. Goodbye.
And that's going to be a wrap.
Yep.